You've heard of tough presidents, right? But I guarantee none of them come close to Theodore Roosevelt. This wasn't just a politician. This was a man who turned the presidency into a personal battleground of strength, madness, and pure grit. Let's start with this. During his time in the White House, Roosevelt loved to box, and I don't mean for show. I mean the President of the United States. In the freaking Oval Office, trading punches with his advisors and military aides. The result, he took a punch so hard it permanently blinded him in one eye. And the wildest part, he kept it a secret from the public for years. Can you imagine that happening today? But wait, it gets even crazier. One time, while he was out in the wilderness, someone stole his boat. A normal person, a future president, would call the authorities, not Teddy. He personally built a raft, sailed it down a frozen river in the middle of winter, and chased the thieves for 3 days straight, until he captured them himself at gunpoint. He was literally a one-man posse. And before all this, he decided he wanted to be a cowboy. So, he bought a ranch in the desolate Dakota Badlands to toughen himself up. But an absolutely brutal winter hit, and it wiped out more than half of his entire herd of cattle. For most people, that would be a crushing financial and personal defeat. For Roosevelt, it just fueled his fire. The man was driven by challenges. Harder they were, the more he seemed to love them. So, what do you do after you've been the most powerful man in the world? If you're Teddy Roosevelt, you don't go on a quiet vacation. Nope. He launched a massive, year-long safari expedition across Africa. He returned with over 11,000 animal specimens for scientific study at the Smithsonian. He wasn't just hunting, he was collecting, cataloging, and even writing books about his adventures along the way. But perhaps the most legendary, most insane moment of his entire life came in 1912. While campaigning for a third term, a man shot him in the chest at point-blank range. The bullet went through his steel glasses case, and a 50-page speech folded in his pocket. Bleeding, with a bullet lodged in his chest, Roosevelt refused medical attention. Instead, he got on stage and delivered that speech for nearly an hour. He only stopped when the blood soaking his shirt became too obvious to ignore. He famously told the stunned crowd, "It takes more than that to kill a bull moose." And believe it or not, that bullet stayed in his chest for the rest of his life. Theodore Roosevelt wasn't just a president, he was a force of nature. A hurricane in human form. A man who lived on the absolute edge, not for fame, but because that was the only way he knew how to live. He was, without a doubt, the most insane president in American history. And maybe, just maybe, the most legendary one, too. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. And if you love stories about incredible historical figures like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss our next video. Thanks for watching.